All right, thank you so much, Chris. So everybody, welcome to Tech Topics High School Resources. So this is part of our Tech Topics Back to School series where we're talking about some really helpful library resources that can assist you in your school work or just in regular old life. So of course, let me go ahead and turn off my camera. When we are talking about high school resources, of course, the big one that everybody's talking about is test prep. So we'll definitely be addressing that. And we're also going to give you some other helpful career resources because, of course, when you're in high school, you're beginning to think about what do you want to do, like what do you want to do with the rest of your life? What are you interested in? What are your interests? I want to develop the skills. So we're going to talk about a whole bunch of resources that can assist you in getting ready for college or career. So let's go ahead and dive on in. So as we always like to do, we're going to start with the resource shout out. So we got 2 resource shout outs for you today. So the first one is, of course, we've been talking of Hall Pass this whole series, is Hall Pass. So if you're a Hillsborough County public school student, a charter school student, or a virtual school student, you have access to library resources with your lunch number or your student ID. So all you need is your student ID. You can check out physical books. You can check out ebooks. You can visit the resources that we'll be talking about today. So everything that I'm talking about today, you can access with your Hall Pass. So more information about Hall Pass, you can visit our website, which we're going to take a look at today. And another resource we have for you, since of course with a lot of high school students, how to pay for college is something that is really like a big thing. So we had a program that we did with Lori, a financial advisor, and she gave some really awesome advice on how to pay for college. That is available on our YouTube channel, the library's YouTube channel. So I have the link there. And if you are looking for smart ways to pay for college, that is available for you. So what resources are we going to be talking about today? So the 3 resources we're going to be talking about are Learning Express, LinkedIn Learning, and Libby by Overdrive. So Learning Express is best for test and career prep. So again, that test prep, SAT prep, ACT prep, AP class prep, that's going to be good for that one. Also LinkedIn Learning. So you might have heard about LinkedIn Learning. If you're a high school student yourself, you may have heard about it, maybe something that like older people have used, not like, you know, like your parents or maybe older siblings have used, but there are also a lot of valuable skills for you or for your high school student there as well. So it's great for developing soft skills like leadership skills, communication skills, and other workplace skills. So we're going to take a look at that. And then because everyone needs a good book or a magazine, we're also going to be looking at Libby by Overdrive, because part of trying to figure out what you want to do, what you might want to study in college, what you want your career to be, is exploring different topics. So Libby by Overdrive has a lot of different books and magazines that can help you try to figure out what you'd like to do. So we are going to navigate away from the PowerPoint and we are going to hop over to the library website. So hcplc.org is where you're going to go to access all of our library resources. First one we're going to take a look at as Learning Express. So we're going to hop over to Learning and Research. We are going to scroll down to Homework Help. And we are going to go to Learning Express Library. So you do need to put in your library credentials. Give me just a moment. To access. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in now. And we're going to take a look at some of the career and college prep courses that are available for you. So once you put in your library card or your lunch number and your pen, you can look at the different test prep things that Learning Express has to offer. So right now I am clicking on college admissions test preparation. So you can see here, you have prepared for ACT, SET, PSAT, AP exam, college admissions, essay writing. So it has a great amount of resources to help you with those tests, with all of those things that prepare you for college. So for example, for your AP exam, you can look here, and when you click on that, you can see all of the test prep stuff they have. So for like all of the AP exams, they have that. Let's take a look at SAT. So you can look at all of the different ones there. I'm looking at it now. They've added a few new categories from the time that I took it. Like I said, it's been a little while since I took the SAT, but they have a whole bunch of different things there to help you prepare for all of your college prep stuff. The other thing that I like about Learning Express is that they also have a lot of resources to help you with the career, because as we know, not every high school student is going to go to college, but it is very, very important for everybody to be prepared for their work life, because everybody's going to need a job. It's really important for you to prepare for that. So they have a section where you can learn more about a career. So if there's a certain career that you or your high school student want to go into, you can take a look there. And this is even for people who are prepping to go to college, because it tells you what it might take to become a nurse, for example, to become a teacher, culinary arts, so a whole bunch of things that can help you prep for your career. And also preparation for a whole bunch of different exams and licensures. So if you were preparing to become an electrician or a plumber, cosmetology exams, CDL, commercial driver's license, all of these different types of exams that you may need to go along with your career, Learning Express is awesome for that. So now that we've taken a look at Learning Express, let's go ahead and take a look at LinkedIn Learning. So we're going to go back to our main page, go back to Learning and Research. We're going to go to Online Classes, and the first link there is LinkedIn Learning. We're going to get started, and once again, we are putting in our library card number. And let's take a look at some of the things that LinkedIn Learning has to offer to you. So LinkedIn Learning has thousands of classes, so there's a lot of things. And one quick note that I want to talk about before I get too far into it, a lot of the adults, a lot of the parents, caregivers may be familiar with the social platform LinkedIn. You do not have to have a LinkedIn profile to use LinkedIn Learning. I want to be very clear about that, especially when you have younger people using like social media and stuff. They do not need to create a LinkedIn profile if they are accessing LinkedIn Learning through the library. So if you're concerned about that, you don't have to worry about that. Those two things are completely independent. So let's take a look at some of the skills and things that you can develop using LinkedIn Learning. So I mentioned before those soft skills. So let's take a look at leadership skills, for instance. So being a leader is important no matter what age you are. So like, you know, there's class president, there's all different leadership things that you're doing in high school. So maybe you want to look at that a little bit more. So you can see here, there's some leadership skills that your high school, or if you're in high school, you may be interested in to take a look at. Let's also take a look at career development. So I'm going to go back to the browse section. Let's do career development. And the first class that comes up here, how to develop your career plan. So again, your high school, if you're in high school, you may be trying to think about how you want to develop your career, what exactly you want to do. That is a wonderful course to help with that. And let's say that as a high schooler, because I know a lot of high schoolers already have a strong interest and know what they want to do. Like, I want to do this thing. So let's say you are really interested in graphic design. So let's search graphic design. So again, you have a whole bunch of courses that come up on graphic design. So introduction to graphic design. That was a good one that I thought would be a good place. Graphic design tips and tricks. So there's a whole bunch of different graphic design courses that you can take to just help you develop your skills. And now again, these are what are considered enrichment courses. So these aren't necessarily going to offer you college credit or anything, but they're really good for you to get a feel. Like if you want to study graphic design in college, these courses will give you a feel and idea of what you might be looking forward to when you do go to college or when you do go on to your career. So these are just great ones here. And finally, let's take a look at one of my favorites, Libby by Overdrive. So I just clicked on books and more. It led me to this page. Let's click on ebooks. And the first one that comes up is Overdrive. So if you're accessing Overdrive on a tablet, or a phone, you're going to be looking for the Libby app. It's the same platform, same books, same magazines, but there's a whole bunch of stuff there. So you want to get in a good YA book. I just clicked on the teens tab. So let's scroll down a little bit. So you see you got a whole pick of books available for you to read there. Because again, yes, you're preparing for, your adult life. Yes, you're working hard, but everybody needs a good book every once in a while. So here's a good resource for you if you want to just sit back, relax, and read a book. And let's also take a look at some of the magazines. So again, magazines are the same way. So if you want to, think about, what do I want to do when I get older? What do I want to study in college? Like magazines can help because you can get a feel for that. One of my favorite things are just, just to relax a little bit. So I love to travel. I love that they have a whole section on travel magazines. And with the magazines, you may have to wait and put a hold on a book, but the magazines are always available. And there are back issues too. So this is just something really cool if you want to just relax or if you want to like read a magazine or read a book. It's one of my favorite library resources. I use it daily. I love Overdrive, so I always like sharing it with other people. So those are the resources that we are talking about today. So quick recap, you got Learning Express. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. Oops. For your test and career prep. You have LinkedIn Learning to develop soft skills and workplace skills. You have Libby and by Overdrive because it's always nice to have a couple of things to read and listen to. Because it's always good to have those things there. So let's go ahead and get us to our last page. And Chris, I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera back on and let me know if there are any questions.
All right, that was great. Yes, we do have questions, and I encourage anyone else who has a question to go ahead and post it in the question section, and we'll get an answer for you. All right, so test prep resources. You showed some great ones here, and there's some paid options out there. Now, when comparing those, do you have any advice or anything you can offer about which is better?
Yes, so this is a question that's come up quite a bit in my library career because there's a whole bunch of paid options for test prep, SAT prep, career prep, and all of those. And all prep has value, but the resources that we offer through the library are very valuable. So I remember back in, I hate to say the phrase back in my day, but back when I was preparing to go to college, I did take the test prep courses. And I've had a chance to compare the test prep courses that are available through our library resources to the ones I took, and there's really no difference, and they're free for you to use. So again, using your hall pass or using your library card, these are free. They're all virtual, they're all online, so you can do them at your leisure. You don't have to pay or drive somewhere to access them. And this is to me the most important part. You can do them at your own pace. So you can just work on them little by little, do them at your own pace. But the resources that we offer to you through the library, even though they are free of charge, free for you to use, are very valuable. These are good, reputable resources, and they are great for you to use.
I know, I'll add to that just briefly. When working in branches, we have the book copies of a lot of these test preps, but they're in high demand. They're always checked out. Whereas with these resources, you can get them anytime, and there's no due date. You can just log in and keep working. All right. Someone's asking, I guess particularly about the learning. I know that Libby is an app, but they're asking about the learning resources that you were talking about. Are they available as apps? Do you know?
LinkedIn Learning is available as an app. Again, just be very careful how you access it because you have to access it through our library to be able to access it without creating an account. And I know that's very important for a lot of people. And like I mentioned before, to use LinkedIn Learning, you do not have to have a LinkedIn account. So that just be sure of that. But yes, there are apps. I know for sure that there is an app for LinkedIn Learning. That is a good question. I'm going to look right now.
I'm taking a look right now, and it looks like Learning Express is an app, LinkedIn Learning, and also tutor.com is also an app, which someone is asking about that as well. I'm going to post that link to the apps page here in the chat section if people want to tuck that away somewhere. But yeah, someone is also, when you were showing the online learning page on our website, they noticed tutor.com there. And I think the answer is yes to this, but they want to know, can students still interact one-on-one with a tutor through that service? Do you know?
Yes, they can. So tutors are available by chat or by voice. So by like typing chat
Okay.
and by like voice chat. They're available,
Okay.
I believe, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Daily. And so that is definitely something that is available for you. So if you have like general, now their tutor.com specialty is general schoolwork. So if there's
Okay.
just like a topic that you're not doing, one of my personal favorites, and I know I wish that this existed when I was in high school, is you
Yeah.
can like drop a math question by. Now, of course, they are not going to do that math problem for you. So they're not going to do it for you, but they are going to help you work through that problem. You can
Right.
also drop papers off so they can proofread your papers and make sure they're good to go, and you can chat with them too. So that is a wonderful resource. Again, they're available daily from 2 to 10. I believe you can make an appointment, but you may have to check on that one. I'm not sure if you
Okay.
can or if you just have to show up. But it's also a wonderful resource if you're
Absolutely.
looking for homework help. And that resource, if there's any younger students, or if you have any younger students watching, that is a resource that's good from like, I think 4th grade, Chris, 3rd, 4th grade, all the way up until high school.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think it's elementary school is the starting point there. Great. Well, I think that's it for our questions. You covered a lot here, and it's just, it's amazing how much is there for free that can, that can
Yes,
help
yes,
help
absolutely.
students. All right. Well, if there's no more questions, we can go ahead and let you know how to contact us. As you can see on the screen here, you can go online at hcplc.org/contact. Also on our website, as you can see as well, we have our events calendar. And of course, the Tech Topics landing page, hcplc.org/tech topics. And our next topic next Wednesday is screen mirroring. So looking forward to that. And thank you, Tanisha, and thank you everyone who attended. Have a great evening and
Bye,
good luck
everybody.
this school
Have
year.
a wonderful night.
Good night.